Fair Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That's good for a first down. His second catch of the opening drive. The Seahawks at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll dump this off to Achane. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. You look at this Carolina defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Young. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Young off the play fake. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
That throw by Young incomplete.
No receivers open, so Lou's forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Taking it right down Broadway. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. A play fake. Now Young. Going up top. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Young looks to throw on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Hubbard. will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there, and I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd, and that is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken in at the 22. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Young on 3rd down. That is caught. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. A give, running right, it's Hubbard. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Joshua Hines Allen there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Looking to throw, Young. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Young. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Allen's throw into the hands here of Hardman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On play action, Allen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing now is Allen. Escaping the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Young to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 3rd and short yardage, Young. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Allen. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He sets to fire deep. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Steps away to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half, Young. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Chuba Hubbard as time expires in the first half. And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. This 2nd and 4. Now here's Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Flushed out right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Young now from the 50. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Hubbard is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming in.